Hi everyone, my name is Ashley Warren and I'm currently a junior in the Humboldt State University Social Work program. Today I'm going to be practicing my interviewing skills for my future social work profession. My friend Amber is here and she so kindly volunteered to let me interview her. Unfortunately, the people that we were both going to interview fell through, so we've decided to interview each other. So now, Amber, I just want to clarify that this video will be uploaded to YouTube for my professor and my classmates to evaluate, and I wanted to make sure that that is okay with you, and I have your permission to do that.
Yes, of course. Yeah, thanks for asking.
Okay, no problem. I also wanted to make sure that you understand that if I ask you any questions that feel inappropriate or make you feel uncomfortable or uneasy, you do not have to answer them.
Okay, thanks for letting me know.
No problem. Okay, so let's get started. Can you please explain to the class what career you are currently working in?
I've been working with kids who have been diagnosed with learning disorders. So I'm an inclusion aide. I help kids who have learning disorders participate in the class and, reach their potential educationally, because otherwise it's really hard for them to process things the same way that maybe other students do. They need things to be presented differently, a lot of visuals, a lot of one-on-one type of thing. So it's really neat work and I really feel lucky that I get to meet these kids and
That's awesome.
go through this with them.
So you kind of already briefly did, but can you explain what your actual job description is? You said you were a aide?
Inclusion aid.
Inclusion
yeah.
aid? What is that?
So I work with specialists at the school. I work with the teachers and with individual students who have IEPs. Don't ask me what that stands for because I can't remember. But basically, it's a contract that the student has made with other people, so like the teacher and their parents and things, so they can meet their educational goal and make sure that they're still progressing the way that we know that they can. And I just help out, in whatever way I can at the school.
Awesome. So is there a particular population that you prefer to work with?
I am really interested in working with kids, but I'm also interested in working with people who've been diagnosed with mental health issues, mental illness. Also, I'm really interested in going into work with people who are living with homelessness. There's a lot of issues locally with homelessness, and and I'm hoping to get more involved and maybe help people improve their lives.
And I believe in one of our forum discussions, you actually said that you wanted to work with homeless children.
Right. Yeah. I think that being a child and not having a home to call your own is more difficult, I would say, than being an adult in that situation, because children have very little control over what's going on and they just kind of have to go with it. They don't have anywhere to do their homework. They may not have access to adequate nutrition, warmth, shelter, and these are things that I feel really compassionate about. I really want to help improve the lives of homeless children who don't have those things.
That's awesome. I think you're going to do a great job with that.
Thanks.
Are there any environmental or motivational factors that have led you to wanting to work with homeless children?
When I was a child, my family was homeless for a short time, even though it was only a short time. I feel like it made a huge impact in my life, and it made me see homelessness as like an issue. Sorry, I hope everybody can hear me.
It's okay. Sorry, we're in a library, so people are talking.
It's not caused by something that somebody did. It could be a systemic thing or an endemic thing. It's people shouldn't be punished because they don't have a place to live. It's a really stressful situation. It causes a lot of the stress for the people who have to live through that. There's harsh living conditions. It can cause symptoms of mental illness that actually go away when somebody has housing, is given housing and has their needs met. So I think that's really unfortunate that people have to go through that and have to experience this kind of trauma in their lives, especially because people, it's hard to get out of that situation if you don't have help.
Yeah. Let's see. Are there any skills or tools that you've learned through your career that you're doing right now that you may be able to apply to your future social work practice?
Yeah, I definitely think so. I think that working with kids with learning disorders helped me understand that not everybody processes the world the same way. So you may think things are perfectly obvious to somebody, but they may need to see it in a different way to really understand something that you might take for granted. And I've seen a lot of kids who were struggling really reach amazing potential just with the right approach. So that inspires me to maybe use that in the future to help people do better with themselves and have like a more decent standard of living.
Awesome. So what made you decide to go into the social work program specifically, and why?
Well, I've always been driven to help people, and I've always felt like I have, I don't know, a lot of compassion for people. Like I hate to see people who are suffering, especially when I see it as needless suffering. I don't like. I don't think that people should be punished for making bad choices, especially if they want to do better with their lives. They should get the help that they need to reach those places, because it makes it, when everybody is doing well, then everybody in the community is doing well. Like, it's hard for me to put into words.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. I think you're going to do really well with that. And so after you get your bachelor's in social work, are you planning on getting your master's or license?
Yeah, I would really like to hopefully go towards the master's program, although the bachelor's is really intense and it takes like all my time, all of my free time, and reading and homework. I mean, I'm always like asking you questions and things. And
it's a lot of work.
I really appreciate it when you tell me about due dates and stuff that I'm reading. Just because I'm involved with other things. I have things going on outside of school, just like everybody else in the program. And then sometimes things are busier than other times, so it's really helpful to have people you can count on. What was the question again?
If you wanted to get your master's or license.
Yeah, and I also I think that I may in the future look into the licenses that are necessary to be a school social worker. I know that
would be good for you,
a while,
I think.
But it looks like it's something worth going into.
That's awesome.
And I know there's other people in our class who are interested in that as well.
Okay. And final question. What is your end goal? Because you just said you wanted to work with the school system. What would you want to do if you got your license to work with the school system?
Kids who were experiencing neglect or abuse, maybe be able to help them and their families or their caregivers get the resources they need to improve their lives. And also I think that the training and looking for signs of abuse and neglect, even though it's a difficult topic, it's hard to look at those things, but I think that can be ended. I think that people can move forward in their lives. So.
Okay, well, thank you, Amber. Thank you for helping me out and for letting me practice my interviewing skills on you, and I think that you're going to do awesome in this program, and you're going to be a really great social worker.
Thanks. I hope that we get to work together more in the future, too.
That would be awesome.
Yeah. Thanks for letting me interview you too.
No problem. Okay, everyone, I wanted to say thank you so much for watching this video. We're in week 11, and I know that everything is getting tough and there's a lot of work, and I just want to take a second to say that I think we have all been doing a really great job together as a team, and I really enjoy the forums and discussions and group work, and I think it's awesome that everyone is working so hard and together, and that we are such a compassionate group, that we are willing to help our classmates, and I look forward to spending the next couple of years working with all of you, especially you. And yeah, so thank you so much for taking the time to watch this. Bye.